Okay, class, I hope you're having a good day. I wanted to make sure that you weren't having trouble with the first worksheet on translations, because this is actually the easiest lesson out of all the transformations. So if you start off discouraged today, there's really no hope for you the rest of the week. So we're going to work out number 1 and number 2. And let me switch these around. So number 1, I have redrawn it on a bigger graph so you can see it better. So this is the same thing as that on your worksheet. What I've done first is listed out all of the points from your quadrilateral, and they're listed right here. So this is quadrilateral X, G, Q, U, and here are all the points. X is at 2, 0, G is at 4, 0, Q is at 2, negative 2, and U is at 3, negative 4. And we want to move this shape to another position on the graph based on the directions. And the directions say to translate 1 unit left. So I've written that right here, 1 unit left. And I've also already written the first point, X to 0. And when you change it to a different location, you put this little tick mark, and that's called prime. So on the new shape, you won't have point X, you will have what's called point X prime. And if we move it 1 unit left, the x-axis is what moves left and right. So if we need to move it 1 unit left, we're going to be operating on the x coordinate. So that means we've got to subtract 1 from the x coordinate, because left means negative, and if we move negative 1, that's the same as subtracting 1. So the first thing we're going to do is say 2 minus 1. Again, we're operating on the x coordinate because moving left is an action along the x-axis. And they don't tell us any other move to make, so that means the y stays the same, it's 0. So then x prime will just end up being 2 minus 1 is 1, and keep the 0. So when I get ready to graph it in a second, I will graph 1, 0. And if you look at it, look back at 2, 0, if you move it left 1 place, it would be at 1, 0. So I'm going to show you how to actually do the actions by subtracting and adding, because even though it may be just as simple to move each point 1 step, you may have more complicated moves, so you need to know how to do the process. So the next point is G, and I'm going to write 4, 0, and we're going to change it to the new location, so that's G prime. And again, I'm moving it left 1 unit, so I'm operating on the x coordinate, so that'll be 4 minus 1, and the y coordinate will stay the same, so I'll end up with G prime, which would give me 3, 0. That's a new location. Okay, let's continue with Q and then U. So Q is 2, negative 2. Q prime would be 2 minus 1. Keep the negative 2 the same. Q prime will end up being 1, negative 2. Okay, U is 3, negative 4. Let's do the operation. U prime will end up being 3 minus 1. Keep negative 4. And U prime would be 2, negative 4. So we are about to move our quadrilateral. And I'm going to do it in a different color. And I'm going to graph these points here that I've just come up with to make my new shape. So first of all, 1, 0. Go over from the origin, you move over 1 and you stay. And then that's x prime. So I'm going to put x prime beside it. And then 3, 0. I'm going to go over 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, and then stay. I'm going to call it G prime. And then Q prime, go over 1 and then down 2. That is Q prime. And then U prime, 2, negative 4, go to the right 2 and then down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right here. And if you, before I even draw the shape, if you look, every one of those blue points is just 1 unit to the left of the original black point. And when I connect my shape, they're kind of going to overlap because it didn't move far enough to clear the old point. So it's going to look a little weird. And I guess I should have used my ruler right there. So I got off track. I'll pick it up now and use it. And there's your new quadrilateral. It's just shifted to the left one place, and that's called a translation.